Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. Furious Maria Connor attacks Liam's bully Mason in Coronation Street. Next week, Coronation Street legend Maria Connor targets her son's tormentor and brutally attacks him publicly. Could it backfire? Liam Connor has been at the core of a hard-hitting bullying storyline for several months as Mason Ratcliffe, portrayed by Luca Tulin, rocked up the ITV cobbles to wreak havoc. Mason, as viewers will recall, not only mentally tormented the lad, but he also held him at knife point, suggesting he was capable of anything. To top it all off, Mason was also involved in a hit-and-run incident which left young Eliza Woodrow in hospital. Tired of the bullying and emotionally exhausted Liam, Charlie Renshaw, chose to give up as he considered suicide to escape Mason. Liam was thankfully stopped, and his mother Maria, Samia Longchambon, is determined to take care of him in the best way she can, even if it means squaring up to her son's bully herself. Coming up next week, Gary Windass, Mikey North, who already attacked Mason himself, and Maria take Liam for a milkshake in the cafe. But when Mason enters, Maria sees red and flies at him, while Gary tries to restrain her. In other scenes, Mrs. Crawshaw tells them she is gathering evidence to get Mason expelled, but getting what she needs may not be an easy feat. Later on, Liam confides in Jake how he saw Mason picking on another boy at school. Jake reckons he should report him, but a traumatized Liam is adamant he doesn't want to get involved. Unfortunately, Dylan Milson, Liam Chain, runs the risk of being dragged down with him as he helped Mason bully Liam. Under pressure, Liam admits to Gary and Maria that Mason threatened him with a knife. They take a terrified Liam to the police station to report the crime, where Craig Tinker, Colson Smith, and another officer call at number 11. They proceed to tell Dylan's father Sean Tully, Anthony Cotton, Eileen Grimshaw, Sue Cleaver, and Dylan that they have reason to believe they're hiding a zombie knife that was used in an assault, but the knife can't be found. Dylan insists he knows nothing about it. Terrified, but in later scenes, Mason orders him to get the knife and meet up with him in the Ginnel. Later on, Dylan waits nervously while Craig spots and approaches him before finding the knife in Dylan's bag. The youngster is immediately arrested and realizes, much to his horror, that Mason set him to cover his tracks. Once at the police station, Dee Bailey, Chanique Sterling Brown, joins Sean and Dylan in the interview room. She impresses upon a terrified Dylan that it's time to stand up to Mason and tell the police everything he knows. Unable to believe his son could be up to no good unless he was under someone else's influence, Sean is defensive of Dylan as Eileen and George Shuttleworth, Tommy Maudsley, ask questions. After Dee tells Dylan he needs to think about his plea, he bumps into Liam and apologizes for bullying him. He's then horrified when Liam tells him he contemplated suicide, but can both boys ever truly put the past behind them? While this remains to be seen, Mason later finds Dylan in Victoria Garden and thanks him for taking the rap. Unfortunately, Dylan is done enabling him and makes it clear that the rift between them could be permanent. Dylan looks at Mason with contempt and tells him that he told the police about Eliza's hit and run too. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and share.